Hey Kay, this is Stephanus.
Yeah.
Hey, could you close the show?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Sure, I can do it.
Could you also
Okay.
answer some questions at the end?
And then what?
Hi, welcome back and welcome to episode 6 of Be Extra, a knitting podcast by Stephanus. The title of today is going to be Halloween. So there will be the part where I will share some tips, and also at the end there will be a treat. And what will that treat be? I don't know. But I do need to go pretty soon, so it's not going to be a long episode because there is a Rocky Horror performance, like a drag queen performance in the city where I live, and it will start at 8 o'clock tonight. And right now it is 5:10, so I have a couple of hours to prepare, but I would like to record first before I go to the the party tonight. So today is Saturday, 28th of October 2023 AD. And this is 1 week, exactly 1 week after the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, also known as Rhinebeck. So, if you found this channel, this crazy channel, because you searched Rhinebeck on YouTube or however you found this channel, welcome. This is a fairly new channel. I started this YouTube channel about now 6 weeks ago. When I started it, it was a rainy day, and it was Saturday, and it was the start of fall season, and at that time I did not have anything to do that Saturday because it was rainy. I canceled all my plan, and also during the fall season, in the weekend I take an Italian class that goes from 10 o'clock to 1 p.m. every Saturday in Princeton, New Jersey. So when that was canceled, I had 3 hours extra in my day, and I decided to let me start a knitting podcast. That, if you go back to the first episode earlier, I honestly did not know what I would like to call this channel, and what I would like to have in the channel. I was just started the camera and hope for the mediocre, not even the best. So, and if you watch, please go back to the first episode if you have time, if you're interested. You will know how initially I don't have a name, but then as I go along, and as I went through the recording, I was becoming a bit too extra, and I just started calling it Be Extra. But the idea here is to support everyone's creativity and not be afraid, or be brave when you create something with your own hands, in this case, for knitting, and just be proud, and and just celebrate our creativity. So that's the whole idea about this channel. So if you look at the title, Be Extra, I don't know if I like that, but I think I'm taking back the word extra from negative connotation to a positive, empowering meaning. So yeah, welcome again. So also, if you continue watching the previous episodes, I decided to start every episode with something to share, or as a payback to the community, because I found the knitting community during pandemic, and I learned a lot, and if I can give back in terms of sharing my knowledge or sharing my experience, anything. And on top of that, I am a left-handed knitter, and I have shared some tips for left-handed knitters previously. And this episode, I will focus on, or I will share a tip in sock knitting, and specifically in toe-up sock knitting. So the tip that I will share today is how, or how to do the toe up cast on using double pointed needles, and that method is the Judy's Magic Cast On. So I am not going to share on how to do the Judy's Magic cast on. In YouTube, there are tutorials where people have shown how to start the Judy's Magic Cast On using circular needle, mostly using circular needles. So after you put in the exact amount of stitches on the two needles that you hold parallel, you will pull out one of the, or the bottom, I guess, yeah, the bottom needle, and then start knitting the stitches that you have prepared. But that's on a circular needle. When you have a double pointed needle, you're not going to pull the bottom needle after you put on the exact stitches that you have. You keep the bottom needle, and then you take a third needle, and then you start knitting on all the stitches. Now, if you have done that before on a metal needle, you will see that it is so rigid, and it's kind of, especially if you're like me, which is I am a really tight knitter, you will find that it's really somewhat difficult to knit the first round after you cast on the stitches. So what I have today, the tip is, and also I found this, I found this type of needle from my friend during the Rhinebeck of 2022. And that needle is called the ergonomic prim double pointed needle. I love using this needle to start the toe up socks knitting using the Judy's Magic Cast On. Why? Because you can see how bendable this needle is, and by having that ability to bend it, although maybe you don't want to bend it too much, because I have broken many of this needle. I guess I lost them, but anyway, you don't want to bend them too much. But if you just use it to start the beginning of your toe up socks, once you cast on, and then after a couple of rounds, you go back to your metal needles, and then, because, you don't need to really bend it anymore once you have established a couple of rows, then it's fine. So you will see, all my ergonomic prim needle is really, really bent. Bent. Yeah, so maybe I can show, okay, so this is new. I am going to record myself knitting, and I will place that in the video. So the idea here is I just want to show you how nice it is with this bendable prim. So you see now I have 4. I just, this is just a random number. It's not really using a specific pattern. But you see, you see here, this part right here, I'm a tight knitter. I don't know if you can see that, but you see how bendable I'm bending this part right here. And by bending it, I'm able to, work. It's easier to work with when the double pointed needle is bandable or bandy. And, if I start right away with, what do you call the metal needle, it will be a little bit, you see, even here, it's kind of tricky, but you see now, let's say, again, if usually the pattern will tell you to do knit front and back, and again, if you are working with a metal needle, this part is kind of tricky because your metal needle is not really bendy. But right now I'm really bending this thing just to do the first knit front and back while it's still kind of like really, really tight. Especially I'm a tight knitter. So, this helps a lot. Again, if I bend it too much, it definitely will deform, the needle. But I don't mind it because I don't need it to be really extra, straight all the time, because I can always go back to my metal needles once I am not, once I have some established row. So as you can see here, I'm almost done with my knit front and back. Okay. So, sorry about that. You see how now I can just continue. It's a little bit easier after the second and first, second, and the third round, because once you have established rows of stitches, because it's a knit wear, it is stretchy, right? So you don't really need to bend too much of your needles once you have this, once you have this established row. So yeah, so now as you can see, it's a little bit easier to work with. Once I think that it is easier to, to work with, and I don't need like a bendy needles, I can start using my metal needle. That's it. What you're seeing is I have started this previously. This is my actual current whip. So now you see how much easier to work with the metal needle now, because I don't need it to be too bandy. All right, so that's the tips.
Take two of the second part. Last night I was recording the first part of this video. You watched the first part, and then somehow the camera did not record the second part of it. So here we go. This is Sunday morning, October 29 or 29 October 2023 AD. Yeah, I will start, or I will continue now with the work in no, actually, I will continue with the finished project. So the finished project that I'm going to highlight today is this lace wrap. So a little bit about this. First, the yarn. I got the yarn when I was in Italy for my summer vacation. I try to go to Italy, the Veneto region, every year. I love Padua, and this time I went to Padua, and also I went to Venice and Mestre. While in Venice, I googled a yarn shop, and I picked up this cashmere yarn because this is their store yarn that they're highlighting that time. It is, they call it baby cashmere or soft cashmere. I don't know what the term is. But anyway, they suggested that I hold two together, you know, to make scarf. I'm like, if I want to buy lace cashmere, I'm going to use it as a lace yarn. I knew I wanted to make a lace wrap, and this one I just made up a pattern. It's not that difficult. What I decided was I want to find 3 different motifs, lace motifs, that have 8 stitch repeat. And then for the edge, I add 10 stitches, garter stitches for each edge. So the first one is a beautiful diamond. You know, everyone knows this. I mean, if you do lace knitting, this is an 8 stitch repeat diamond. And then I go to a 16 stitch repeat motif, which is here the leaf. It's a leaf motif, and then we go to this, I think 32. So this is 32 repeat, and it's called the chandelier motif. It's a Japanese stitch motif, and it's really fun. So 32 stitch repeat with 20 rows repeat, and it's really easy to memorize because, you know, 10 rows out, 10 rows in, so it's really repeatable and easy to memorize. And then after the chandelier, I go back to the leaf stitch. Yeah, and then the last part, I go back to the diamond, and, you know, at the end, I added the edge with garter. So here it is. Finally, it's done. And as you can see, it's not super big, super long, but it's enough. And maybe one reason why I don't want it to be so long, if it's so long, if it's too long, it will become like, you know, like a regular scarf. And usually when you wear like a long scarf, you fold it in half and then kind of, you know, like wrap it around you and then do this kind of thing. I mean, it's possible to do that, but you see how what is happening here? You're not showing the lace. I mean, you put so much effort on making the lace and it looks like this. Okay. No. What is the channel? It's Be Extra. So I was thinking
I was thinking I will have it, maybe with a blazers. I can try. Now we're at the part where we're stylizing. So stylize. Because we're be extra. Just be extra. Okay. So in my mind, I will have maybe, like a blazer, and then underneath maybe a cream or off-white or maybe white shirt, simple shirt, because who is the star? The star is her. She's the star. So maybe I will actually wrap it instead of wear it as as a scarf, and just make it seem like it's effortless. Okay. So can you see now? And then you just like, oh, I don't know how to tie a scarf, so I just put it around my shoulder like that. Oh, yeah, so I'm sorry. You see how everything changed? When the fit is correct. Yeah. The fit is really correct here, y'all. I'm sorry. I keep going. And oh yeah, and then imagine. So this is just a pants that I tried to style. Sweater that or the tunic sweater that I was knitting for my mom, but I can pair it with navy color pants. So navy color pants, and then just a cotton simple shirt underneath, and a blazer, and then hair. Hair. Come on, hair. Let's get it together. Oh, and then you're like, oh yeah, I don't know how to tie a scarf. Please don't tie it for me. Let it be. How are we though? How is the fit? How is it? Oh wait. What do y'all think? Yeah? Is it? Yeah, I think it's good, yeah. So let's move to the work in progress or whip. I have one whip. I think I mentioned about this in the previous episode, maybe not. But anyway, I started the sock on my way up to Rhinebeck last week. And the idea is to have a reverse stockinette on the bottom of the feet, and then on the front and all the way up, because it's going to be a toe up. I'm putting the leaf motif. Let me see. This leaf motif into the socks. And I don't know how it will turn out, because the sock is going to be in wool, but it turned out really well. So this is it. Perfect. Right. So I start toe up, and then the bottom part here is a reverse stockinette. So the pearl bumps are on the outer side, on the outside. So what the bottom of your feet will feel is the smooth surface of the actual stockinette. And then I started the beautiful leaf lace motif all the way up here. And then just to make it sporty, I added 2 lines here. Just, if you have like a sporty socks, they have these lines at the top close to the cuff. And so yeah, I am
done with one of them, with one of the pair, and one more to go, and maybe another week or so. It's been really busy since I get back from Rhinebeck. But I love this. And I already tried this on. That reverse stockinette is really, really amazing. It makes it, I don't know, it's just beautiful. And then how are we though? Oh, I don't know how to tie a scarf. That's it, y'all. So, finished object, work in progress, and well, the next part is the treat. As I promise, I have a treat for y'all. Take it as an entertainment. It's Halloween, why not? Just for fun. So it'll be theatrical. Hopefully it's okay. If not, you can stop watching the show here and then come back in the next episode. But if you would like to stay for a little bit, I have a friend coming over. And happy Halloween. Be extra. Be proud. Be brave. Knit what you want. Love what you knit. And style what you knit however you want. Okay? Anyway, I'll see you next time. Hopefully you'll come back. And hopefully you'll be entertained with the next part. Bye! Hey Kay, this is Stephanus.
Yeah?
Hey, could you close the show?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Sure. I can do it.
Could you also answer some questions at the end?
And then what? Hey, Kay here.
Thanks, Kay, for coming. Okay, first question. Did you or did you not paint for the back row? Okay, second question. What are you and who are you wearing?
Kyanna vest by Nancy Ricci.
Thanks, Kay. Do you have any message for the audience?
Have a great Halloween.
Bye.